93. Be cautious. Man is the only creature who mixes with his prey like a friend until he eats him up. Sometimes human being takes the shape of a giant, when he becomes violent and revengeful. Sometime it will start roaring like a lion and will attack, although you are gentle and civilized. Nobody can leave his nature although you try your best to change him. The principles of people are like shopkeepers, they lurk for one another. Their nature is to cheat one another. Though they say they are noble, but in reality they are liar, fraud, cheat, envious, corrupted, polluted and molted, rough, clever and traitor. It is difficult to realize man is hardest to his own self. It is very hard to carry the heavy load of a mean's own life. Human being is a waste object, he should be surpassed. The hope of life and saving oneself is an inborn one of every living being. Most of the incidents go unreported. Also there is unrest and wastage. At present there is very little difference between men and animals. Men do poor and exploit others through trick and animals kill others to eat up. Man is the worst beast of all beasts. He is the most cruel enemy for others as well as for himself. A wild animal never kills another careless, merely playfully. Man is the only creature who enjoys torturing and killing the creature of his own species. Hunters, fishermen and wickeds are enemies of deers, fishes and honest people respectively. Wicked enters like a needle and goes out like a plowshare. A man is the greatest enemy of other man. It is a man who tortures others, oppresses him, maltreats with him and behaves inhumanly with him. It is a man who makes some other man drunkard, thief and hijacker. It is a man who insults a woman, misguides her and makes her prostitute. It is a small group of human beings which deprives a large number of human beings from all their basic needs. A large number of human beings die due to starvations as a result of a conspiracy of a few. Epidemic comes as a result of oppression policy. Not God, but it is society which has designed the classes named rich and poor. They are men, who kill men in the names of religion, castes, nations, countries and communities. Men kill millions of humans by arranging wars. Odd days must come after a war. A tiger is not afraid of another tiger, but in a so-called civilized world a man is afraid of another man. We are facing horns of a dilemma. To hamper others' interests, whimsical activities, remaining away from religion and useless talks and acts are the negative acts. A careful man can tell many things at the sight of man's face. It is better to be rejected than to be cheated. If you don't want to be cheated, you should have as much eyes as your hairs. Always remain conscious. Nowadays the society, people and the time is a cheater itself. You don't know when and by whom you will be in trouble. A liar will cheat you like the mirage. An ignorant man is useless for you. A vile leave company when you ask for his help. A coward escapes when you are in danger. A wicked and sinner will sell you at a little price for his own interest. Don't make friendship with such people. The jar which often goes to a well, breaks up there itself. He who can't realize the systematic problem of a society due to his limited wisdom and education, becomes victim of others. A man's simplicity leads him from the grip of a wolf to the grip of a lion. A man left his country for troublesome, but unfortunately, he again reached to live under a chaos. A man cannot live without some other men, but they cannot trust each other. There is no chance to take anybody as a permanent friend. Beware of him who has nothing to lose. We should not trust and depend on a man without judging him well. It is known to all that they break the trusts of others whom are respectfully trusted too much. We should not utter to any other words like the situation is grave. Like that we should never utter the words expressing sorrow or frustration. We should not express our complaints and dissatisfactions. It is better not to express about one's poverty to others. You should not disclose about financial problem even to your close relatives. A wise man does not disclose to others about his financial loss, repentance, vices of his own family members, occurrences of his deprivation and being insulted, etc. Don't tell about your sorrows to anybody without any discrimination, and don't face tease and bad reputation from others for nothing. One should not express about his own sorrows to anybody. We should not tell others about our needs, hardship and poverty, because in this way our status won't improve, rather it will be worse. Don't express your family secrets to any outsider, and don't talk to your senior about anything regarding your colleagues. Even the enemies also are afraid of the man who is wise, stable, does not express his secret matters and does not talk carelessly, and who is strict to his principle. A wise man does not allow others to understand his attitude. Intelligent people keeps their opinions a secret about the powerful persons. Never believe anybody of a royal family. Try to reach your goal through your deeds, piousness and wisdom. It is better to do not express about your plan before you are finally successful. If you disclose your secrets, it will be harmful for you. It is not reasonable to disclose a secret matter. For instance, you should not disclose it to anybody when you will go abroad, how much gold you have or where you will go. It is better to keep your secret matters always secret, and while discussing with others, you should express your ideas precisely and not disclosing everything openly. When you need some suggestions from others, you should present the matter to them through an instance. If you disclose your secrecy to somebody with love, fear or loose character, thus you may face a great problem. He who discloses his secret matters to others suffers from mental anxieties. Nobody knows when somebody will disclose your secrecy to others. If you disclose your secrecy to somebody, you shall have to remain as his slave forever. You should discuss secret matters in a lonely place in daytime and in a low voice at night. Otherwise your secrets will be disclosed. Keep your secrets protected from all. There are some occurrences and words which you are to keep secret from your spouse even. Don't bring troubles for yourself out of trust to somebody. There may be many things which are to be kept secret from husband or wife, because everybody is different to others. To keep your secrecy protected means to protect yourself. He who does not maintain his secrecy, does not maintain his security as well. He who discloses his secret matters to his servant, makes his servant into his master. Don't disclose your personal and family matters to any other persons. As many as person will know your secret issue, you have to surrender to them. You should talk before the wall carefully, because you do not know who is other side of wall. Either talk like man, otherwise be silent like cows. To keep words secret, to use idle time nicely, to tolerate hurt are serious task. One who express fault of other, he must express your fault to others. He is the weak person who is unable to keep his secrets. If any of your friend disclose your secret, don't blame him, for rather you have to control yourself. Fact is, why you did disclose your secret to him. One who hides his secret can keep his peace and comfort under his jurisdiction. Never should disclose an extreme secret due to emotion. Whatever you want to keep secret from your enemies, that should keep secret from your friends also. Because person in favor can become enemy any time. It is better to be silent saying any secret to other and to advise him not to tell. No friendship can be sustainable whether some secret are not maintained. Each person has some extreme personal words which cannot be expressed to others. Too much cunning overreaches itself, too much foolishness leads to captivity. Big ideas hang with throat. Whether one sleeps, body has to pay with teeth, while a slip of tongue has to be paid with gold. Great men sometimes do disgraceful work. It is not unusual, rather natural. Because none can say when and what will occur in any momentum. Stone is floating in the water, monkey is practicing songs. When you will face such any impossibility, should not tell. Sitting beside saying sweet words, disclose one's secret. A wicked man kills his prey at last. Who once has broken faith, never trust him. Never should trust a wicked person through saying sweet words. No bodyguard can protect him who is not careful. It is dangerous to say truth words before orthodox. He is burned to death who strains off excess water after boiled, in a kitchen of 3 cooks. One who has taken responsibility to do good, always his numbers of enemy has increased. Assets create enemy among people. Some friends get by success but enemy raise more. Who accept their misfate in good faith, rather than them number of enemy of such as full or more. No enemy is negligible. Enemy cannot be considered as small or be ignored. The enemy should consider as enemy. Any good appearance of enemy is always a coverage. Except enemy, no other person has sharp sight. Whether provide sitting, then intend to lie. Whether enemy takes shelter in the house, then should provide hospitality to him. From which side pointing is raised, tree may not cease to make shadow from that side. Whether your enemies are in hunger strike, provide him food. Whether he is thirsty, then provide him water. But be remembered that always burning coals of enmity are inside his head. Whether you bounded to forgive enemy but not bound to trust him. To believe enemy is to make way of sinking. Wise persons learn many things from enemy, nothing except faddishness from friends. It is easy to drag out faults if any will of enmity is there. Whether enemy is wise, never take his advice. Don't tell about your adversity to your enemies. At this he will express his sympathy verbally but will be hilarious in his minds. Never be cheerful that enemy has drawback, because enemy again must born. Never be forgetting by sweet words of enemy. Enemy will never do any good of you. Enemy should be destroyed before coming danger. To forgive enemy is the extremest foolishness. Enemy of enemy is a friend. It would be convenient to prevent enemy if you can strike to the weak point of enemy. So always be known weak point of enemy. It is better to suspect an enemy when you are incapable with strength and wisdom. At least you will be alert. Examples of killing by uncareful attack are more than the front battle. It is very hard to weaken an enemy without knowing his background. Not only power but also strategically identifying weakness of enemy can bring success to an attack. All enemies are not winner. Many enemies fight only to survive. Who do not intend to not more than self-defense, not wise to continue enmity with him. Who frequently make enmity, it is weakness to pardon him and is self-killing. End of enemy, end of fire and end of disease should not be kept. Who make enmity unnecessarily, enmity with him is better. He who does not harm you after being benefited by you is temporary enemy. He who opposes a great deed does not bother for ethics, does it out of enmity. Never drink anything without watching properly. Never sign anything without being read. Talk among two enemies such way whether they coupled, but you have not to be shy. The great enemies of man is his suspicion, distrust and doubtfulness. Not he who strike you but he who thinks about striking you is your enemy. The enmity is more unfortunate than unknown person. Who is not acquitted as animal, that animal is dangerous. Which enemy we do not doubt, they become dangerous. If you push your hands to fire, then those burn willingly or unwillingly. Whether fire may not so much that burn own body. Enemy is always enemy whether he confined in the jail or he confined in chain. Wicked become crowned people of the society today through deceit. Watch towards your enemy, because they will first find out your faults. Long-term enmities never bring welfare. Rather loss and destruction they bring. The power to bring enemy as friend is the best power. Who dishonestly and consciously make enmity, it is expressed as weakness to forgive them. Killing enemy is an instinct of human being, but they say to forgive enemy, such strange word comes from overcoming their instinct. Such word is damaging for instinct of species but a good sign for humanity. Enmity is such a tax which is payable to all walk of people. Forgive and forget enmity to ensure your good health and happiness. Enmity can't be won by enmity. Enmity should be won by love. To leave environment of enemy is good. An enemy is always enemy. Who once has made enmity, he cannot be friend. To think enemy is friend can be a sign of gratefulness, at the same time a great expression of extreme weakness. The enemy illegally captured or lost the right, does break promise. In spite of friendship who did enmity, to make compromise and contact with him again is like embarrassing one death through pick a snack with own hand. Thief has no religious view, powerful person are not merciful, killer has no affectionate and rich person cannot be truthful. Be careful to these.